Hello, David Paul here. I'm at my new cabin. Got some wood for more construction. Got my trees to plant today. Hopefully I can get them in. But I want to review a wee device that I bought. To show you it, because I think it's going to be fabulous. So what this is, it's called, everything in Decathlon is Quecha this, Quecha that. So this is Quecha, and it's a little wood-fired stove, and by the size of my hand you can see the size of it. It's not huge. If you had a boat, I think you could put a flue pipe in the top of there, or cut through and install a flue pipe somehow, and actually use that as a stove on the boat. I think I would fix a steel plate on the top so I could extend the heat out and also have the flue pipe. So it's an excellent thing that would work on a boat, but as I say, you've got to have a chimney outlet because you're going to gas yourself with the carbon monoxide and smoke and everything. So what it consists of is, this is going to be difficult to fill it video, but let's get it out there. It's got this little door here, which you can close, I guess to reduce the airflow. And at the bottom it's got this little ashtray which pulls out so you can take the ash out. So if that was on a boat, it would, be easier to clean. I'm thinking about mounting a couple of these in a stone, or concrete worktop, where the top part is just sticking out and the rest of it's sort of covered, and using that as like a sort of gas ring type thing with a cowl above it to take away the fumes in the house in Portugal, because I think that would be a great idea. Because the more biofuel, i.e. waste rubbish wood, that you can use in Portugal, the better, because you're clearing out the forest of potential fire material, for forest fires. So there you go. Looks beautiful and clean and everything, but it's going to be manky and filthy pretty soon. I've got all these little sticks here which I'm going to use, so let's set it away. Bit difficult, as I say, to video, but let's try anyway. I don't have all the sophisticated things that everybody else can do. I haven't got the time. I'm not a full-time YouTuber, so my videos are rough and ready. But some guy left me a post saying he liked it that way. If you go to here's a shout out for somebody. The guy is called well, I don't know what his name is, but he's got a channel called $900 Luxury Yacht, and he has a lot of challenges in life, that guy, and he's an inspiration to me because he just does stuff. He just gets on with life. Problem comes his way, like breaking his femur, which he did. I don't know how old he is, but he broke his femur and went through the rehabilitation stuff, and then at the end of it he just carried on, which what he does is he fixes up boats, and he's constantly working on boats. At the minute he's working on a catamaran, and if you go back in his channel you'll see a motorboat which I think was much preferable to anything he's had. And he gave the name $900 Luxury Yacht to his channel because he bought a boat, and it cost him $900 a yacht, and he fixed it all up, and I don't know how big it was, about 26 foot maybe, and he cruised the islands around there you go, let's get that in there. He cruised the islands around Florida, around Miami, and he pretty much never went outside of the out of the sight of Miami, and yet had a lot of adventures, mostly hanging around Boca Chica Key, one of the islands there. And so if you have a look in there, his very first video is fabulous, as he says, come along, join the party. What are you waiting for? Join the party. I wouldn't say that about my life. I would say that about Portugal, about my life in Portugal. Now, I'm going to have to come up with a better method of lighting this, because this is going to cost me a lot in gas. But all the same, I want to get this away, get on with it, cook breakfast, get off to the library, do some studying, job forms and all that stuff. So I'm just going to get on with it. There you are. Turn the gas off, throw that aside so I don't burn myself, and let's see what happens. So there she goes. Now this thing has an inner, oh god damn it, it's gone out. I'll put that in a minute. Let's see if it burns. I need to have really dry kindling. I've got to be a bit more prepared for this lifestyle, because you know, everything I'm doing is taking too much effort. Well, anyway, as I say, it's double lined, so it's kind of like a thermos bottle. It's not evacuated, but that allows it, the material inside, to reach a much higher temperature than normal, because it's not losing heat to the sides. This is not going to be a good stove for keeping warm by, because all of the idea is that all of the heat goes into the rising smoke part, which is what you need to cook your food on. So let's do that again. I'm sure a lot of people have seen this on the websites, but normally you have to order it. I saw this in Portugal for sale in the shop, but in the UK, where I am now, I had to get them to order it, and it took about 5 days to arrive. And there you go. Now that looks good to me. Let's turn off the flame again. Come on, please just burn. It needs to get a bit warm, you know, the interior, so that it draws better. Now a lot of these things draw too well. They draw far too strong, and therefore they burn through the fuel quickly, and you're flinging the fuel in and trying to cook at the same time, and it's going out. This is very good because it runs on twigsy type stuff. I'm going to cut some bits of wood. I can't remember the depth, but the width of the wood, you want to be putting in like little logs about no bigger than 3 inches. Which is okay, because there's plenty of that around here, lying on the forest floor. And it's also much easier to cut, you know, carry home and everything. So within a day, I'm going to have like weeks of fuel here as soon as I get started collecting. So I'll get ahead of the game, and I'll put a tarpaulin over the top of it. In fact, I might have even stored some wood before leaving for Portugal. I've got to have a little mine in the bushes and find out what I put in there. Most of the stuff now, what I'm doing now with possessions, is to take them away with me to Portugal, and then and buy new stuff when I come back, because I do need a lot of things in Portugal. Now that's roaring away, and I would say that's probably a bit too high, but I'm happy. Let's get it to let's throttle it back a bit by reducing that, and see if that helps. It does help, but it seems to be a bit more smoky. I don't know. It's like a throttle in a way, because you can operate at 2 settings with the door shut. Yeah, that's really quite smoky. Let's open it up again. and see what happens. Yeah, so in my opinion, perhaps better run with the door open until you get down to charcoal. If it becomes charcoal inside, then you're okay. The local store was selling bags of charcoal at £2 a piece, and that is really cheap. So I'm very tempted to buy that, but I'm in a mode of operation now, which, you know, I've got a rule now which says don't buy anything. You know, just don't buy anything. I'm in super save mode. I'm into saving my way to prosperity. Everything's got to be for Portugal now. I've got visa applications, I've got police checks to pay for, I've got all sorts, so better off just saving money. And also potential disasters that happen from time to time with the children in the Philippines. That is beautiful. That's going to look really beautiful at night. Okay, so this thing, if those sticks had been down below, I need to cut my wood much shorter. If those sticks had been inside, I would have been able to put a pan on top of there and get started cooking already. But that big stick there is sticking up, so I've got to cut my stuff much smaller. What the hell? That's amazing. Look at the cleanliness of that flame. There are, I don't know if you can see it on camera, but the little bluish hues to the flame, bluish colorations. And that is due to hydrogen emission lines in the burning hydrogen. It's a characteristic colour of burning hydrogen, which is always a colour that you get on like gas flames and stuff because they're burning clean. So that's suggesting to me that this is starting to burn clean. It's not totally clean because you got the yellow flames, but you know, it suggests that it's running very efficiently. You wouldn't get that in something which is inefficient, like a candle flame. You never get a blue coloration in a candle flame. So let's give it a little bit more time. Let it die down a bit. If I can get that in, I'll get a pan on top. Yes, I think I can just balance a pan. Now, what I got here is a few sultanas which I'm cleaning because they got a funny taste on them. So I'm cleaning them up. Lie down. That's it. Come on, baby. I think I'm going to close that. And let's see what happens. Bit smoky, but we'll put up with that. Should I open it or I don't know. Give it more air or less. Let's try. That's a bit smoky, but it's not anywhere near any other device that I've ever had before as bad, you know. This is such an efficient little thing. You know, this could be used directly on a boat if you just didn't worry about cooking on it. I ran it on charcoal bricks. That's amazing, that. Oh, this is running good. Look at that. No smoke. No smoke. And yet, it's cooking. Look at that. Now, here's a point. I forgot to mention this, but, you know, you can put your wood in the top, which is what I did. But, of course, there's also the capability of doing this. So let's try this. Put some wood in the entrance. Well, this has grown just fine. My God, that's fast. That is fast. But you know, compared to a gas flame, that's a lot of flame, you know. This biomass cooking is really good. I think I may take one of these to the Philippines. This would be very popular. Very popular. They have stuff there that will do the job, but this is just better. Look at that boil there. Wow, man. And so our new log that I've just put in, look at that, it's burning beautifully. So it's not romping through the fuel like everything else does. it's just doing a nice job. Right, I'm gonna have to go off camera now. Look at that flame there, man. Look at the cleanliness of that. I tell you something, you know, Decathlon should have me on a contract deal, because I'm not getting sponsored by them. But I honestly do think Decathlon is a wonderful company. I've never bought anything from Decathlon that I thought, oh, that's a load of crap. Because it's just not. It's really good stuff. So I'm pre-swelling these sultanas ready for my porridge. And that's that. Oh, look, we're really clean now. There's so much residual fuel there. I'll be able to cook my breakfast and then follow up with a cup of coffee or tea, and then off I go to the library. So what more can I say? Jesus be with you.